Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Happy blessed Thursday. I guess I'll wait for some of y'all to come in. Tonight I'm going to talk about the power to overcome. Yeah, I think that's a perfect topic for times like these. So yeah, hopefully everybody is having a good blessed Thursday. I thought Cap was going to be in here, but he sleep. I'm waiting for y'all to come in. I know I was late. Sorry. I got a little distracted with the kids. But I said I was talking about the power to overcome. And just to start with the definition of the word overcome, it means to succeed in dealing with a problem, to defeat or to prevail. To succeed in dealing with a problem, to defeat and to prevail. And as I was studying like ways to overcome and asking God to help me in those areas, he took me to First John 4:4. That's the first verse that I looked at, and it says, "You are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world," which is very true. I think that it's important to remember, like, no matter what we face, we are children of the most high God. Nobody, no issue, nothing that we face is higher than him. So we really always have something to look forward to, someone to look up to when we are in some of our most darkest, hardest, challenging moments. I remember that verse. Hey, Cheapo. You're welcome, boo. And I thought about you when you said you were grieving. Hey, in his service. I thought about you when you said you were grieving over your father. I can only imagine how hard that is. Um, I started out with the power to overcome with God. We know like the meaning of overcome is to succeed in dealing with a problem, to defeat, to prevail. No matter what that issue is, we will prevail in God. And I talked about First John 4:4, where God reminds us that we are, it says, "You are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world." Meaning, no matter what we face, whatever that issue is, whoever that person may be, anything that may make us fearful or uncomfortable, we have to remember we are children of God, the most high God. Nothing, no issue, no problem, no matter what it is, nothing is higher than what we have. No being, nothing can overcome or overtake us. Um, when we think about who we have God. We have God, the ultimate, the one who laid his life down, Christ. He did the ultimate sacrifice. And nothing, like I have to remind myself, nothing that comes against me or nothing that comes against you will prevail. Nothing can prevail against the Father. And I always speak that verse over myself. I am a child of God. I'm a child of God. Anything that I face, like, God is so much greater than that. God is so much bigger than anything we face. So I have to speak that verse over myself. And I have to trust, like, no matter what, in my darkest moments, God is right there with me. He's right there with you, right there with you. Like when you're grieving, when you're sad, when you're having a hard time, like forgiving somebody, when somebody has ticked you off to the max, we have to remember, like, okay, God, we can cry out to you. You promised that no matter what, they have me on value right now. Oh, wow, I know that's strong. Are you okay? Are you better as far as pain? Like, has your pain gotten any better? I'm definitely keeping you in prayer. Definitely, definitely. You are a walking miracle. All of us are. We still living and breathing. We have another opportunity to just walk this life no matter what we face. You know, we're blessed through it all. And then another verse that I thought about when um we're talking about overcoming, I thought about Luke 10 and 19 when God says, "Behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you." Oh, wait, when I tell y'all that verse right there, it keeps me going. It keeps me like when I'm having my little down moments in my body with my, my health challenges. I remember like God has given me the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions. Wow. Think about that. And over all the power of the enemy, not just some, all. He has literally given us authority to do that. And when he started the scripture, he says, "Behold." Oh, this is why, like, even when I try to stray away a little bit and live my life how I want to live it, no, God takes me back. Like, and He always has His way of just keeping me right there, keeping me humble, keeping me in the safety zone. I've talked about that before. Okay, I'll get back to it, but I see in His service. Hey, Lynette Boo. You said procedure is 2:30 p.m. Chicago time. Focus in prayer that it's minor and that can help. It's been 1 year in suffering. I pray right now that you experience relief in your body, whatever you may be going through, and that the procedure will go well, that God will guide the doctor's hands, and that all is well. I'm already believing for you, and whatever pain you're going through, I pray that it ceases in Jesus' name. Um, be encouraged in his service. I know you said you've gone through a lot in your body. And like I was telling Cheapo, I love y'all. I know we all go through our moments of grief and just whatever sadness. We may be upset about some things. We may not understand a lot of things in life. That's why I came with the topic, the power to overcome. And like I was looking at Luke 10 and 19, I just said, "Behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you." Behold, it means look, pay attention, take heed. Like God is telling us, you have power. And I know that Satan don't be wanting us to know. Like we really have nothing to fear with God. God has already won this battle. He just throw his little things at us like, "Oh, let me take this person so they can be sad. Let them experience pain so they can get distracted off of what I really want them to focus on?" And then I go to this verse like God has given us the authority. And I pride myself on saying, we got to walk humble. We have to show meekness. We have to walk in kindness. Absolutely. But with this enemy thing, that's when I get loud and I get crunk and I just be like, okay, when Satan playing with me, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. You will not succeed. You will not come in here. You will not distract me in my mind. You will not distract me in my body. You have no control. You have no control. You have to get out of here. Like I've learned, you cannot walk light with Satan. Satan ain't walking light with us. We have to speak in authority and not just speak. We have to believe those things. God is telling us He has given us the authority by faith. We have to walk and believe it. Nothing that we are going through is too hard to overcome. The key to that, though, is not hard to overcome as long as we have God with us. Hey, DJ. Hey, CC. Thank y'all so much for coming in. But like I always say, I have to remind myself, like, oh my gosh, God really has given us the authority. And there are so many things out there to distract us away from overcoming. Sometimes we get stuck in how we feel, like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. Like, and that's why I go to those verses. We really do have the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. When he said all, I was like, oh my gosh. And the way he started, the way the Father started the verse, or scripture is all um it's all inspired by God. It's inspired by God. So this is inspiration to us. Behold, I give you the authority. It's not something that, oh, we might have, or we got to wonder if we have it. No, he already gave it to us. He gave it to us. Like, we are not defeated, we are overcomers. We have power to overcome any spirit of darkness, any spirit, any spirit. I don't care what comes against y'all. We got to be encouraged, and we cannot let these little things get us off track. And I know that sometimes it is very, very hard, and it's common, it's human nature to get distracted, like that. It's just in our makeup. Oh, let me go over here, let me do this. Oh, this fun, let's do this. Or, oh, I'm mad about this. Or people sometimes can be a distraction. We have to always go back to the word. That's why I pride myself on being prayerful. God, show me like the areas I lack in. Please continue to cover me, because I want to continue to overcome. And I know that I cannot do it alone. It definitely is through you. So again, when he said, behold, meaning look, pay attention, take heed to this. And like I say, I always tell people, walk humble. But when we dealing with the enemy and he trying to knock us off our track, have us walking in sadness, have us walking in shame, making us feel like we're not worthy enough or not good enough, do not walk in that. This is a personal relationship that you have with the Father. It is about you and him. Whatever areas you need to overcome in, just pray and take God with you. I promise you, he will give you a word. It may be through a person. It could be through scripture. You just never know. And I always ask God to help me to not miss the mark. That's also a key in overcoming. Like, God shows you ways. He'll send you people to encourage you. Um, and another scripture that I was looking at, John 16 and 33, when God says, hey sis, hey Cap, you woke up. Yes, DJ, they can be. Um, so yes, like it can be a huge distraction. And I felt like I've been distracted too, like maybe over the last few weeks. And a lot of times, like the enemy be knowing how to distract me, like bring a new boo in my life. So that was not it, but um like I'm back on track now. Not saying that I don't want love. Your distraction may be um I don't know, like getting, like I said, people, that's mine. It could be like getting upset about something, or being too hard on yourself, feeling like you're not worthy of something, being like staying stuck in sadness, or walking in unforgiveness. That's a distraction too. Like being focused on things like that. But like God says in John 16 and 33, like we will have peace in him. But in this world, you will have tribulation. Be of good cheer, for he has already overcome the world. That scripture is so true. Like, we feel like when we're going through some of our toughest times, oh my gosh, am I going to ever get through this? Like, this is the hardest thing. Don't nobody understand. And that's why I thank God for Christ. I thank God for Jesus. There's nothing that we could ever experience that he did not already go through. He pretty much already gave us the blueprint. We have the blueprint, y'all. Like, he told us, yeah, walking with me, it's not gonna always be easy. It's not gonna be peaches and cream, but I've already overcome all these things. I just need y'all to get through it, walk through it. Don't stay stuck in those hard moments. You have the power to overcome with me. And then in Jeremiah 29 and 11, like, he tells us he has an expected end for us, to give us hope and to give us peace. He wants the best for us, no matter how hard life may get. Like, there is an expected end for us. Like, just to know that our Father wants the best for us. It's worth it. He's telling us, I know you're going through. I know you have tribulation. I know it's hard right now, but be of good cheer. That's what I have to remind myself of when I'm going through. And like, okay, I'm going through it, but how am I acting while I'm going through this thing? Help me to still have joy in my heart. Help me to not walk bitter while I'm going through this thing. Be of good cheer. Just that's a reminder God has overcome anything that we could have ever gone through. And He has us. We have the power to overcome. Remember, He has given us authority. There are so many scriptures that I can go into that just tells us, we have authority to overcome anything that we've gone through. And God knows, He knows the thoughts He has for us. He said of peace, not evil. I don't care how the enemy try to make it look like God ain't listening to me. Man, that God stuff is a waste of time. That's a lie. That's a lie. Like, focus on Him and His word. There is always a piece of joy that you can find in His word. He tells us He has thoughts of peace, not of evil. It's to give us a future and a hope and expected end. You know, like I said, yes, it is easier said than done, Lynette. That is so true. Everything is working for our good, Chico. That's all right. Hold on real quick, y'all. Okay, I'm here. My bad for the pause. Getting distracted by the kids. Yeah, let me drop my link in case anybody want to come up and talk. Easier said than done. Lynette, are you saying like what? You're not having a I feel like giving up moment, are you? Dang, I don't forgot. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, that's one of my favorites, John 16 and 33. No matter what I experience in this life, dealing with people in my body, in my mind, Christ has already experienced anything, any pain that I could have ever gone through, and He's overcome it. So that's encouraging right there. All He needs us to do is walk through it and not give up. And I have to remember, like, there are lessons in everything. The goal is for us to become better and not bitter. And I always tell myself, like, no matter what I'm going through, God, I pray that this situation makes me better and that I don't come out bitter. So I always try to carry scripture with me and remind myself that it's bigger than me. I have to remind myself that my life is not my own. Um, I am just a walking vessel. Whatever God has me here for is what He has me here for. We are all here for the glory of God. So we can't always get caught up in our personal experiences, even though it's hard because we're human and we're the one that's going through it, you know. But again, it's all a spiritual thing. That's another thing. It's a spiritual warfare. I have to remind myself of that when I think about giving up. No, God gave me the power to overcome. I'm not going to give up. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual warfare. I have to remember that this is not a flesh and blood war. We look at it like that because we looking at each other as humans every day, but no, this is a spiritual thing. Like, we are trying to overcome those dark spirits and high powers, principalities, those things. It's the spiritual thing. So I try to view things from a spiritual perspective when I feel like slapping somebody or when I feel like um I'm about to give up. That's the whole scheme and Satan's tactic is to get us off our track. So anybody that may be experiencing sadness or grief or anything like that, I just want y'all to continue to be encouraged and whatever it takes for you, like if it's just tuning the world out for a minute, getting off of social media or talking to somebody. I recommend prayer. I recommend crying out to God, but everybody has their own ways of coping. But God is definitely the answer. I recommend scripture. When I tell you there is a verse for anything that you may be experiencing, God has an encouraging word in the Bible. There's something for every situation, every single one of them. So, y'all, I don't want anybody to give up, okay? Nobody. Y'all be encouraged. I do these lives, like I said, it's out of obedience. I had to kind of get my mind back right before I started going live again. I got distracted. So um I just pray that God keeps me strong and that I can continue to do these lives and that they are helping somebody, even if it's one person. I thank God that one person was encouraged. That's my goal, to help people to continue to walk in a positive light. Don't get stuck in sadness if you're going through that. Like, don't get stuck in bitterness or unforgiveness. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are still here. And I think I said like the end of last year for us to like write down ways to be better or write our goals down. Because I feel like when we do positive things, it helps us to, and when we accomplish our goals, it helps us to feel good about ourselves, and it helps with maybe the sadness that some of us may be going through. You okay, Lynette? Yeah, anybody can come up here if they want to. I miss y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the live. So, how has everybody's first month of the new year been so far? Is it everything you could have imagined it would be? Is it, oh, this year tried it? Or what y'all feeling so far? How y'all feeling about 2023? How's y'all feeling about it? But yeah, y'all just remember to be encouraged and just know that even when you may not know the power that you hold, the enemy does. So don't give him the glory of seeing you give up. Do not do that. Don't do that. If you feel like you always being attacked and you may be in a dark space, it's because he knows your worth. We just have to tap into it. We have to see God and say, God, what do you like? What is it? What else do you want me to do, God? How do I overcome this? I need you, God. I need you so bad. Like, we literally have to cry out. We have to be very vulnerable. And I know that's really hard sometimes, um, for a lot of us, vulnerability, because a lot of people view it as weakness, but it's not. You can be whatever kind of weak and whatever you need to be in God. He is God. He is the creator of all of us. So he knows us way better than we know ourselves. So just cry out to him, do whatever it takes. And not only will the Father be happy, you will have relief too. He tells us, cast all of our burdens on him, all of them. He wants to help us. He really does. Hey, DJ.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you, boo?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming up.
I
Hey,
know,
Mike, thank you for joining.
I know. I was like, let me hit her. Look, I haven't been on her panel since you dropped your channel. So I was like, let me hop on there for real quick.
What are you doing?
I'm just chilling.
Oh, thank you so much for coming up. So, how has the year been for you so far?
Man, the year, oh, it's been pretty good. I ain't even gonna lie. Um,
Good.
Aside from the ice storm that we have encountered, even that hasn't even been problematic, but
That's
I can't really
good.
think of anything that I had an issue with so far. So.
See, that's huge. That's a blessing right there. You don't even
Yeah,
have nothing, because I know this happened and this happened. Just for you to come up and be positive, that's dope. I love that.
yeah. It's so much that we can complain about right now. Even with us just being stuck in the house these past few days. This is
Yes.
this is just something minor. So
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it like that. But overall, being in the second month of the year, I would say that I'm just thankful getting as far as I have gotten so far in 2023. So I don't have no complaints.
Yes. I'm telling you, just breath in my body and who I'm not in the ground, I'm above ground. I have
Mhm.
seen a lot of obituaries just 2023. So that's enough to be like, God, I thank you. I
Man.
still have an opportunity to overcome. I thank you. Like things are not as bad as they seem sometimes. And I know a lot of us we all going through our own little difficulties. Some issues are greater than others, you know.
Hmm.
But I just want everybody to be encouraged, please. Like, even if you have to inbox me on IG and you feel like I can't take it no more, we can literally pray together. Like I don't want anybody to give up at all.
Right.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Mike Wilson, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Maybe it's Mike.
What?
DJ, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, because it seems like it's coming through pretty good here.
Okay, I can hear you. So, how are you?
Yeah, let me ask you, because I've been trying to get a hold of you, Mo Love.
My lives are based on encouragement and inspiring people. A hold of me how?
Yes, okay. I finally got a hold of you right now. I was leaving you messages in the comment section.
I
Um,
responded.
yes, yes, you did. You did. But now I'm glad you set this up. So here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
What point do you? Cause see, here's the real question that I have.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you tell somebody? Because there's sometimes for a long time when I was growing
How?
up, it would
Oh,
be
I'm looking at the
somebody
comments. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that would say every day that God wakes me up, every day above ground is a great day.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I would respond back and say, well, actually, hopefully, your aspirations are a little bit more than just that for today. And so, my question to you is this: how much or any of it on the religious side, do you ever think maybe it was more of like a a force that was trying to convince people to just be happy where they're at and then let them get all the money and let those people make the money for them.
What?
And,
What?
yeah,
You
in other
kind of
words, this is
all
what
over
I'm
the
trying.
place.
my question to you is this.
Hey, Tampa.
Yeah, yeah, I get you where you're like, oh, every day is a great day, above ground, and God has blessed me just to be here. But do you have, do you ever think that not aspiring to do more and be more beyond that is part of somebody, is more, part of more of a man-made plan to just keep you where you're at?
You're saying like, okay, to be another day above ground, like I should aspire more. That's just like that's just me encouraging somebody directly that may feel like they want to give up. If you feel like you have nothing else to hope for, just be thankful for the breath in your body. I'm saying that that's literally a start. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
There's definitely more to life than that.
oh, okay. I came in late on the conversation. Okay, so that's just people that are going through some struggles and people that are,
Yes,
that need.
my channel is based on encouraging people. I say the suicide rate is so high, people are giving up. Depression doesn't always show. So I'm on here encouraging people. I don't know who it's for, but I do know that it's for somebody. I'm on a God assignment. I'm not here to debate the Bible. I'm not here to do none of that.
Right, right. I was just getting some understanding. That's all. I see what you. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had a deeper dive with the channel. I hadn't. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to reach out to you
Hmm.
to to learn more about what your channel was based on.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm glad that we clarified that. That's all.
Okay.
I'm not here. I wasn't here for the debate for a debate team or anything. I just wanted to. I didn't know that what the core base of your channel was, but now you clarified it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
DJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Tracy, depression is real. We are justified through the blood. That's so true, Temple. Depression comes from Satan. Yes, it does. And my goal is to just encourage somebody, even if it's something really small, like you are worth it. You are going to get through this. You don't have to give up. You don't have to walk in shame. You don't have to walk in sadness. You don't have to walk in unforgiveness. Like God gave his life for all of those things. I just want people to be able to tap into God, whatever way they do. For me, it's Jesus. For me, it's the Bible. You know, I just don't want anybody to give up. I know it's people out there struggling. I've seen people personally give up on life. I know a few that have, committed suicide. It ain't no joke out here. Satan, whatever way he can get us, he's trying. And I noticed that depression has been one of his main ways to get in our heads. You know what? Let me get in their mind. That's where it starts. So my goal is to get people to feed their minds with something positive. You know, something positive. It's enough negativity out here.
There's a lot of ways that it can happen through
Yes.
depression, through anger, through envy,
Mm-hmm.
jealousy. It's a lot of ways that he can show up and make you, even when he'll make you think things that are not really happening. That's how
Yes.
crazy and tricky he can be. Like, you might go to work one day and you might see somebody doing something or saying something. You might take it the wrong way. That's just him playing tricks on your mind to make you react,
Mm-hmm.
to make you submit to exactly what his plan is. I've had to go through that several times, especially when I was younger. Like, I had a big issue with like overthinking things and diving too deep into situations and making a lot of something out of nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to really get out of that. And it took, it took a minute, but it's possible for people who actually want to get out of that situation, because you have to want
Yes.
to get out of it first before he can help you out of it.
You just said it. You have to want it. You have to have a desire. That's another thing. And then I don't know if Mike is still in here, but just so you'll have a clear understanding, my channel is based on encouragement. Like I know people are really crying out for help without being vocal about it. You know, I'm not saying to be complacent in your walk with the Lord. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just here to encourage. You know, people are gonna do what they want to do either way. Tracy said the sad part is the judgment people get. I agree. They be like, just get over it. I wish it was that easy, baby. It's not that easy. I agree with you 100%. And everybody's healing process is different. We Some of us heal a lot slower. Some of our bounce back game is like, oh, that was hard. Boom. I'm Gucci again. Not me. I'm one of the slow healers. And I'm just speaking off of experience. I have stayed in sadness sometimes for months, sometimes for years. Sometimes it still may try to sneak up. That's why I am very what word am I looking for? I'm very passionate about my relationship with the Lord because I know how much I need him. I'm very passionate about encouraging people who may be crying out for help without saying it because I know the places that I have been in. So, you know, I get it. But
And I
yeah,
want
if
to say something like the whole get over it theory. It is easier said than done because some people they don't know how to just get over it. So
yes,
by you saying that, you're really not giving any good advice because they're like, okay, so how do I do that? Do I do this, do that?
hmm,
So they're kind of confused, and it's easier said than done with the whole get over it thing.
it is. And that's why I go to scripture. Like I was saying earlier, one of my favorite verses is John 16:33. Like in this, you will have peace in God, but in this life, you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. I always tell myself, like, we have the blueprint. God, he already told us we're going to have those hard moments. We're going to have those moments where it feel like we can't get over it. You know, literally I have to take God at his word. I have to take him for everything that he says. I have to believe everything that he says. He says, "Come unto me, all you who are burdened." He will give us rest. Like, come unto me, meaning I need you to pour into me. Give me all of you. All that stuff, that pain, that sadness, that hurt, that anger, that unforgiveness you have wrapped inside. I don't care if you have to cry and scream and hit a wall, but give it to me. I will help you. And literally, before you know it, like, you be like, wow, I ain't laying in the bed in a dark room all day no more. I'm not crying all day like I was. I'm still crying, but it's not as bad. Slowly but surely it does get better. I'm not telling you something based on what sound good, what's been said traditionally. I can only speak personally for my life, how God has came through for me. So I just advise everybody to have a conversation with God, even if you have a hard time believing God. You say you do this, but you haven't shown me. I'm still walking around in sadness. Even if you show me a little bit at a time, can you give me a sign that you with me? These are the prayers that I have had to pray personally to God. Can you show me that you hear me? Can you show me that I matter, that you really, really do care? Okay, you told me like your word cannot come back void. Can you show me that? Like it's really about a personal walk with God. We are all spirits having a earthly experience, a temporary experience. So I have to remind myself, like, I have to constantly build up my spirit, man. My flesh is dying every day. God help me to build up what's going to be eternal. You know,
And I
for
just want to
those,
touch, and I just
go
want to say
ahead.
something about the whole get over it thing is, are we really getting over it, or are we just masking, just putting a band-aid
Um,
on it? Because
Absolutely masking a lot of it.
I think
Yeah.
that's a big difference, because a lot of people that quote unquote got over it, they're still suffering and going through
Mm-hmm.
or putting themselves in situations. Let's just use relationships as an example.
Mm-hmm.
You get into these relationships and you might think you're over some trauma that happened 2 years ago because you quote unquote got over it, but then you're still repeating the same cycle. still acting the same way, still talking the
Ooh,
same way, and you're bringing that same energy that you got over 3 years ago into your present situation. So,
you're
like
right.
like I mentioned earlier, it's easier said than done to just get over it. And I think when people say that, they're just deflecting based on how they got. I can't even say got over situations. They just kind of
Mm-hmm.
got jumped over the hurdle just temporarily.
And
But
you're so right. Like even me, like with my little situation when I said I was talking to somebody, God showed me straight up, you're not ready to date. I'm still
yeah,
working on you in that area. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm
yeah,
I'm thinking the whole time, oh, I'm healed. It's been years since I done been on a date. I can go out on a date. Man, that date showed me, girl, you're not ready. I'm still working on you. You're not healed in this area, you know? I'm like, wow. Oh
that's
my God.
always like the easiest scenario because relationships, you have to it's a lot of compromising in relationships.
Yes.
And sometimes we go into situations that we're not ready for because we're still stuck on the past and we
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to get over those situations. And
Yeah.
it can be challenging. I think a lot of us have been through those situations before where we kind of think that we're ready to date. We put ourselves out there, but then we have a wall up because now we're mad about what somebody else did 3 years ago. And
Oh
so
my gosh.
you're
Right.
thinking, I want to go on this date. He's so nice and he's this and that, but then you get there and you getting triggered by certain things that he say or he do. And, it don't work out the way that you thought it was going to work out. And that's how a lot of people, they miss out on opportunities when it comes to the dating market because they're still holding on to a
Mm.
lot of different things that they were not able to get through or deal
See, that's so
with.
true.
Huh?
I said that is so true.
Oh, okay.
Tracy said that fake it till you make it attitude. That uh yeah, I don't believe in that, but I'm not gonna lie, I have been in a fake it till you make it type scenario. I think if we're honest, a lot of us have because if you in front of your haters, you don't want your haters to see you sweating. You get what I'm saying? I think we've all had periods where we're not going to show that we're hurting or that we're in pain. So
Right.
I think we've all had a moment of fake it till you make it. But I get what you're saying. Like we shouldn't stay in that.
No.
And Tracy also said, Temple said, depression is something you just can't get over. Trust me. I know. I know. But God has been an ever present help. That's all literally day by day, moment by moment. It's all by the grace of God that I am still here and I'm not somewhere crying under my bed. I get it. I
Yeah.
feel like we can choose to say, in spite of how I feel, I'm still going to get up and do this thing. I'm still going to get up and experience life. And if it is like very hard for you, I believe in going to talk to somebody. Yes, you apply the
Yeah.
word, you apply God, but God also created people, who are educated in certain areas to help.
A lot of people, they don't. I've never had therapy, but I'm definitely not opposed to therapy. I would actually go to
Hmm.
therapy, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, people can be chosen to do certain work that'll help other people. So
Hmm. Yep.
Tracy said yes, counseling helps. Yeah, that's what I heard. I've never did counseling. I never did therapy. So
Yeah. I have.
oh, you did?
Yeah, it helped me to a certain extent,
So
you
what
know.
what part didn't it help you on?
They try to medicate you and they talk like I need something deeper. it's like you asking me questions that I can pretty much ask myself. I just needed something more. Like, okay, when the counselor not here, what's gonna sustain me? You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? What's gonna sustain me? What's gonna make me okay? Um, and it's been encouraging myself in God. It's been prayer. It's been writing stuff down, making song, encouraging myself in song and word, being around like-minded people, who shares the same
Yes.
belief system. So when I'm down, you can pick me up too, and vice
That's a key
versa.
factor. Yes.
Yeah, like you gotta have people can say like I'm a loner. That's fine, but that's not always good. Like even if it's one person, two, I pretty much am too, but I have a mama and a sister and a daddy I can cry out to. Like I feel like we need a team. My pastor, I thank God for them. Like I in this life we all need somebody. Even if it's
Yeah.
one person, we need somebody.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a loner as well. But
Mhm.
I talk to my sister, but um telecommunication is not the same as having someone physically there.
I agree.
And my sister, she can only advise so much. And
Mhm.
I made myself, more so introverted because of just situations you deal with people you thought was your friend and all this other stuff. You're like, you know what? F that. I was gonna
Right.
just be solo and just find comfort and solidarity. And sometimes you do need like that physical presence of someone there to kind of like just talk to you, because it's different when they're face to face.
Mhm.
It's like a different energy. So
Right. No,
like,
they're not, Tracy, you're right. They can be not, but I believe that I know that God has certain people assigned to our lives. So that
yeah,
comment right there, I don't think it applies to everybody. But for the most
no,
part, yeah.
I agree. It don't apply to everybody.
Chipo
Eh,
said, I'm grateful for my friends that know how to randomly reach out with encouraging messages, prayers, and quotes. It makes a difference in a day. That's very true. And I also think that you have to be open to positivity and wanting to heal. That's also another part of healing and overcoming. Like if you always have a negative mindset, then that's what you're gonna get back. So
Yeah. And the positive,
no,
positive quote.
you right, Tracy. I agree.
No, they don't want.
Lynette said she's a loner. Life,
A
yeah.
lot of people are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, I get it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying sometimes it's good to know that you have at least one person that you could kind
Yeah.
of talk to.
And you know what? I think that's why YouTube Live is so prevalent for people,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people are loners. And instead of dealing with the BS that people come with in their real lives, they would rather just deal with people virtually, that they don't have to see everything
Right.
and
Oh
interact.
my God. That is that is so true.
That's how when she said, when Lynette said I'm a loner, I was like, okay, that makes sense, because a lot of people, we get on YouTube and this is kind of like our outlet to make friends
Mm-hmm.
and kind of get that relationship with people, because a lot of people, they don't like dealing with the real life people.
Right. Oh, Tracy said, because I'm a people person. Lynette said, I'm the one that reach out to everyone. Yeah, Lynette will check on people.
Yeah, shout out to the people that is the initiators of the conversations.
Mm-hmm. I know that's important.
We need those people, because sometimes they reach out to us when we really just going through, and
Mm-hmm. Yes.
they reach out at just the right time.
But like I said, like my goal, I know it's not as easy as it's said, but these are just encouraging words, and these are ways that have helped me to cope and to overcome situations and to not give up, like applying scripture. And I said Jeremiah 29:11 earlier, like God, he doesn't want evil for us. He tells us he knows the thoughts that he has for us. They are of peace and not of evil. It's to give us an expected end, a hope in the future. And that's not to say it's gonna be easy, because the Lord
Yeah,
knows it's not, but we have a blueprint on how not to give up. And he warned us, like, it's gonna be trials in this life, but he's given us authority to win, you know.
hmm
And when it says like the authority to trample on serpents, I said that earlier. Behold, I have given you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Not some, all. That's in Luke 10:19. Like if we cry out to God, God help me in this. Okay, this person doing me like this. Oh, God help me to not go off. Like, can you give me wisdom on how to move forward with this? God, I'm sad. I don't know how to get out of this sadness. Can you show me the way to get to a moment of joy? Like,
right.
okay, I have a moment of joy, then I go right back into being sad. God, give me like the resources to be better. Lead me to the right people or lead me to the right scripture. Like, there are ways. If we, like, God tells us, seek him in all of our ways, and human nature is to try to figure this thing out on our own a lot, and that causes sadness too when we use our own minds. our
Yeah,
our our thoughts and our ways are limited. God is the ultimate source. So if we really like seek out God the way he told us to in his word, which none of us do, we're human. We don't always go to God like he tell us to. Like a lot of us react in the human way, you know?
that is true. And you have a lot of people that, like we mentioned earlier, they get over tactic and they
Yes,
good, and I don't need, all the rhetoric they always like to project out there.
yes,
And I just be like, listen, happiness is not always about how much money you make, what kind of car you drive, the apartment you live in, the house that you have.
right,
It is deep down inside that projects and creates happiness.
right.
Because you can dismiss some people out of your life. Yeah, that's a start, but what are you gonna do from then on?
Mm-hmm.
You still gonna have that same attitude, you're
That's
still gonna be
true.
mad, all
And
these other things.
and what I learned is happiness, like, that comes and it goes. That's temporary. And that's why I
Mhm.
say, like, God give me joy, because God said he gives us joy that no man can take away. That's something internal. That's a spiritual thing that we get. Happiness, like you said, oh, I got this or I got that. Boom, I'm happy. That's temporary. So God, can you give me joy no matter what I face? Like, I'm not gonna give up because I have your joy that man didn't give, and they don't have the authority to take it away from me. So that's what I've been working on. Like, no matter what I face or how bad things may get, can you help me to not give up? Can you help me to still have this joy? you
Yeah.
know
I think it's a part of, being proactive.
Absolutely.
Are we doing things that are going to be productive to what we're asking for?
Right.
Are we divesting our systems from certain music, certain videos, certain movies,
I'm telling you.
certain substances? Because it starts with what we put in our body, what we feed our body. It starts with that.
Hmm.
And if people are just praying, oh God, help me do this and do that, but you're not doing nothing on your end, so you're gonna stay mad.
DJ,
Like,
that's a word. See, I don't be saying, because I'm like, I have to pray for God to help me to speak bold, even if it makes some people mad. Like, there are certain things that I have had to give up in order to grow deeper, if that
exactly.
makes sense. Like, I've had
Exactly.
to literally like kill my flesh daily, from meaning like, okay, it's not about what I want in my body. This is a spiritual thing. Okay, I choose growing spiritually versus what I'm about to. You get what I'm saying? And that's a
I get it.
battle.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yep.
And we still young. Like it's hard, but there are benefits to that. You
It
know, like
really is.
there are spiritual benefits to it. But that
Exactly.
takes time. It takes time, but it seems impossible, but it's not, you know? It's not.
Yeah.
And like
It
I
takes
say,
a little
like
bit of time.
seek what is the scripture? In all your ways, acknowledge me and I will direct your path. Lean not to your own understanding. I'm telling you, there is a word for everything. If we lean not to our own understanding, we will be better off. Meaning, lean to what God says. What does God say about this thing? Not what you feel or what you think about this thing. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? That causes depression too. That's why it's so common. Like we're basing everything on how we feel, like how this body feel, how our mind feels. We not looking at it from a spiritual perspective, and that's where Satan is kind of eating us up at. We got to take our power back. We have it. Like we have the ability to overcome all these tactics that the enemy is throwing at us. It's not gonna be easy though. It's not. Acknowledge me in all your ways. What was the one I said earlier? Um, I forgot. But yeah, all of that go together. You know, like
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, acknowledge me in all your ways. Do we really do that though? No, that's why we
No.
struggling, you know? I'm like,
Because
oh
one
well, I
thing
lost
about
in that way
becoming
because
closer to God, He wants you to fast. He wants you to pray. He wants you to give up certain things. And so if you're asking for a spiritual healing, but you're still out there doing drugs, getting drunk, watching,
mm-hmm,
listening, and doing certain things, you're not opening that gateway for Him to really bless you the way that you want Him to.
mm-hmm,
So it's all about doing the work. It's all about preparation. And nothing happens overnight, but I do think
right.
preparation is the initial way to start to get to the place that you want to get to. There's we not saying like just divest yourself from everything cold turkey. No,
Yeah, it don't normally work like that. I mean,
it
it
don't
did
work
for
like
my
that.
daddy. I was like, wow, wow, you know, but most people it take time,
It
you
takes
know.
time. Yeah.
And oh, Lynette said, I be feeling like a lame because I don't party, I don't listen to certain music or watch certain movies. I well, I don't party. Oh, but you talking about the club queen and I had fun doing it. I
Yeah.
don't party. I don't party anymore. I don't listen to certain music. I am a music girl. So, like I say, I like jazz. I like R&B. I like trap. I like all of that. I was in the car with my mom, I think 2 months ago, and little baby come. I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna get distracted with this," you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Wow, like I really have to limit because I'll be gone off the loose end. Like I know how I am. I know how I can be. So I have to literally guard my mind and my ears and my heart on the things that I, allow in me. I really do. And music is one of the main things. It's so influential. Cap said a lot of people don't see the bad energy they produce. Do you hear me?
That's true. That's true.
Now,
I
if
want to
that
get
ain't the
a
truth.
little bit deeper on that the music aspect of this conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're listening to music and we're singing along, do you think that the lyrics of that song is manifesting in our lives in some type of way when we actually, because power is in the tongue. So if we are quoting those lyrics with our tongue, do you think that's manifesting into our lives?
I do. Because it's you. I don't know. I just know music is very influential. You're saying it and then I feel like you start to think on those things, even if it's momentarily while you're in the moment. But
Right, right.
yeah, I do.
I get that. That makes sense.
People said I truly believe music is influential. Absolutely. I'm telling you,
Have you ever
no
like,
joke.
when you're with your friends or by yourself and you're playing a certain song, all of a sudden you get all sad and start crying.
Yes, I couldn't stand hearing Anthony Hamilton part of it all. Because that was the first song I danced to with my ex-husband. I just hit the radio, sis, turn that off. I don't want to hear that. Or if I heard what was that song by Mariah Carey and Babyface?
Babyface. Oh.
What's that song they did? But I walked down the aisle to that song and I would cry every time I heard it. I'm like, no. And then certain songs, like Maxwell, what's that song? Lifetime. Work it all out this lifetime. That reminded me of my friend that passed, that was murdered by her husband. It's certain songs can just trigger certain things, you know? Certain love songs. I'll be like,
Nostalgia is like it can be good and bad at the same time. Because
said, why do y'all think music can change the influence?
Music can change the influence.
Why do y'all think music?
Why do y'all think music can
change? You don't
think
so, Cap?
I mean, because a lot of people, music is what people are heavily listening to or involving themselves with today. Music is what people go to for therapy. Music is what people go to feel good about whatever their situation is. Music is what people use to calm themselves down in whichever way they want to use to calm themselves down. We listen to music when we're sad, when we're mad, and when we're happy, when we're depressed, when someone dies, at weddings. Music is something that is heavily influential for a lot of people. And music can be a manifestation if you allow it to.
Right.
So he said, nope, because when I was at the factory, I would throw on some Young Jeezy and stuff and start working like a Mexican. Oh my God.
My mama always say, you know, any music that's not of God can influence you in a negative way. But
it's all what you're allowing it to do. Because when people are mad, what they want to do, they want to listen to some fight music, Boosie and all this other ghetto ass shit. Oh, my bad. I forgot we on a Christian channel. My bad.
My mom would be like, some of this music just foolish. She can't stand it.
You listen to music that feeds your energy. If you in love, you're gonna be playing some Babyface, some Joe, some Brian McKnight. If you mad, you want to play some Boosie, some trap music. So you're steadily feeding. That's how it's influential, because you want something that's going to feed that energy. Right. You're not going to be cussing a bitch out one day, the same day.
Lord.
Gospel music. You ain't going to want to do that. My bad.
You know what? I think since the topic is power to overcome, get you some positive music. Since music is very influential, I say get you some. I love Todd Delaney. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but he has a lot of encouraging songs. Ty Tribbett is another good one. Oh my gosh, I feel like Ty Tribbett, he kind of caters to the younger generation. And he has some really powerful songs. Who else is it's a few people I like, but
I don't want to go to urban, but I love Mary Mary. Their music.
Oh, I love Mary Mary, period.
Yes. Ty Tribbett, Mary Mary, Vashawn, I think his name is.
Vashawn Mitchell.
Yes, I like him too.
Nobody Greater got me through some of the stuff.
Nobody Greater. Listen, let me tell you something. That song. Oh my God.
That song right there will make you cry and shout. When you really think about them words, oh my gosh.
That's it. It's all about the words. And then Brian Courtney Wilson.
Oh my God. Have you heard Worth Fighting For?
I have not. By Brian?
Yes. Have you heard what's that song? One touch. All I need is a touch from you.
That is my listen.
Oh Lord! Every time
That
I
was
hear that
my
song,
favorite gospel song. Like, oh my God.
that song right there. Oh wait, all of
That
his
song was
songs.
everything.
When he, I think I knew of him or I learned of him when he did Already Here. You're
Hmm.
already here. You remember that?
I just know all I need, but all I need was phenomenal.
Yeah, Cheapo said worth fighting for is a hit. Oh, it is. Lynette said, I love my gospel music. Me too.
Hmm. I am
Mhm.
so old spirited. I will go back to the Caravans, Dorothy Norwood,
I like
Cher.
Mighty Clouds of Joy and who else? Kenton Spirituals. I listened to that with my daddy a lot back in the day.
What song that I know? I know Canton. What song? What was that popular song they had?
Williams Brothers too.
Yes, cooling water. Hey, cooling
That
water.
was that the Williams brother or John or Lee Williams.
Hold on, let me. Oh, it was by Lee Williams.
Huh?
It was by Lee Williams.
Yes. When I tell you that was a hit in our household growing up, if you ain't hear nothing else, you was gonna hear Cooling Waters.
My uncle loved that song.
The spiritual QCs, Cheapo said yes. Mm-hmm.
I used to be real heavy in like the gospels and
Oh, Lee Williams and the Williams brothers did Cooling Water.
oh, okay.
Yeah. But all I need, how that song start out?
It's with the choir and that's all I need.
Oh yeah, it's a touch from you.
Mm-hmm.
No one else can do
No
the
one
things
else.
you do.
Yes.
Take the wrong in my life and make it right. All I need
Mm-hmm.
is a touch. Oh, that's all we need. Don't get me preaching on a song.
Go ahead.
He is that powerful.
Yep.
He is that powerful. All we need is the touch. That song right there. And then they go to touch me. All I need is the touch. Touch me. Oh, Lord.
Whammy.
Who? That's
You
a
know what else?
word.
Another good one. Another good one is "It's Over Now" by Kurt Franklin.
Oh, I love that song.
That was a really good one too.
It's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. If I walk alone, I'm not on my own. That's a
It,
word. That's a word right there.
that's one of my favorites back in the day.
Yes. The first Kirk Franklin album too.
When he had what?
What you
Tell me.
looking for? What you looking for? I'm the one you're looking for.
Mm-mm. I gotta look this stuff up.
Hmm. But thank y'all for tuning in to the Power to Overcome. I know, a lot of people had stuff to say, and I appreciate that. I love people's input, and the truth. It helps me to study more. People saying, "Oh, this easy," that. I'm gonna come harder next week. This was my getting back in the groove of things.
These conversations they're interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to really get on the panel just to support. But
Thank you.
I had a little bit of an opinion. Just
Definitely, it was great. I always appreciate your honesty. Cheapo said I used to play that as a kid. The storm is over and really be crying in my room.
oh
Oh,
yes, the
I'm
storm is
telling you.
over.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that song. I still do love it.
Me too.
So what you
More than I can bear too. And he'll never put more on me. I love that.
hold on. I gotta bring my catalog. Not tonight, but
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to do a gospel verses.
I would love that. Now you sure gonna lose on that. Just get ready. Now a gospel versus, I got you. You are gonna lose, okay? You may
Listen,
win on the R&B stuff, but not the gospel.
listen, I'm all there for a gospel verses, okay?
That's
So
gonna be fun. When we gonna plan it?
we can talk behind the scenes on that if we really want to do it.
No, I do. Message me.
Oh, Chivo said, now that would be lit. I'm here for it. Okay,
It
well
would.
we got some feedback from the audience, so
Mm-hmm.
that would be good. Did you watch
It
CC and
would.
Mary Mary's verses?
Huh?
Did you watch CC Winans and Mary Mary's verses?
But I know Mary won.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. See, I love CC, but I've just gotten into CC, like her latest album. But Mary, I don't love all that stuff. I guess because me and my sister grew up singing a lot of their songs, you know. And
You got
CC and BB, they didn't really move me like that back in the day. You know?
I didn't really even know about them that much until like 2010 when my church had the praise dance, one of CC Winans songs.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lynette. I will definitely come back. Because sometimes I'm like, Lord, is this, oh, am I, you know, but God knows my heart, and that I really want to encourage people in the word. We are all an imperfect people striving to be better, trying to hold on in this evil, dark world. So I will definitely continue to come on every week. And y'all just remember to be encouraged, pray, and don't give up. You know, even when you feel like you are in a space of your own, when you feel alone or when you feel down, just pray. God is listening. I promise you. Even when it feel like he's not, he's there.
Right. That is true. What you got planned for the weekend, I
Oh,
guess?
I thought you was gonna say Valentine's Day.
Girl,
Ask me what I got planned for Valentine's Day.
what you got planned for Valentine's Day?
Keeping my nephews with my mama, because you know I ain't got no men.
You better call that man you went on a date with the other day.
Huh?
You better call that man you went on a date with.
That man scared me. Okay. I have not been on a date in years. That man, when he said, I was almost in love with you. What? Oh, no.
Oh my God. I was in the live. Oh, you see
I
my
think
comments.
he thought because he was like banking, balling. And I don't care about that. Like, are we going to connect on a spiritual and intellectual level? Those matter most to me. You get what I'm saying?
But you knew that though before you went on a date if y'all was gonna connect spiritually. You've been
Hey,
talking for
Chloe.
6
We
months.
did. We connected on the phone.
So what changed in person?
I told you. He gave me snooty type vibes, like, because I was late. The first thing you say, you think you would greet me with a hug. He said, oh, wow. You done already turned me all the way off, sir. Oh, wow. Then he went,
Ma'am, you was late. What do you expect him to say?
I don't care. It's just like, be glad that I came, period.
Nah, you be glad that he came. He the one drove 3 hours. What are you talking about, man?
No, but honestly, like if I'm 100% real with myself, I dedicate so much of my time to my kids, my church, my purpose. I'm already like, I'm like, okay, I'm 36. It's time to be more serious about what really matters most. And I do feel like that'll kind of be a distraction, because a relationship is a job. Like, you have to pour so much of your energy and your time into that. I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot how much time it took. And
Well,
then,
you
like,
don't.
even on the phone, because I'm a phone person, and he was like, we've been talking for over 6 months on the phone. Like, something ain't right about that. What you mean something ain't right? I just don't want to go go out with you, you know?
You don't
So I
think
finally
God wants you to be with a man that's, that's gonna be there for you? You don't think God want that for you?
yes. I know he does.
Well, why you playing?
I'm
Why you
not, but and I have to pray about like not being so irritated with, you know, I'm like,
Mhm.
he got me twisted.
I was gonna
What
lie
God?
tonight. I was like, okay, sis is really tripping right now. But it was
Mm,
some things that I agreed, like with the whole saying he was in love situation. I thought that was a little too much.
right. You met me one time. How are you almost in love?
But aside from that, I think that you probably were a little bit defensive because you didn't like his response to you being late.
Cap said, take your time, sis, in a Tina Turner relationship.
Nah, she was just
He
mad.
just gave me I'm a millionaire, so you walk in, you move on my time type vibes. And I think he was disappointed because I wasn't impressed. Like I and then he was already talking about like, so if we marry, like, you know, I already have a 6 bedroom house in Houston. How do you feel about relocating? How do you feel about being a stay-at-home wife? I said that's cool, but I'm gonna still do something on the side. And I
I
told him,
mean,
if
that
you looking for perfection, I'm not it. Period. I'm not. Like
listen,
I'm
this is
not about to be a trophy and do this and that and do what you say. Like I have my own purpose. Period. Like I don't have time for that.
I doubt he was looking for perfection because nobody is perfect. But do you think that you were a little bit insecure?
I would say insecure within myself. No, insecure with the fact that can I trust what you saying? Like what you in love? That made me feel funny. Like how many women do you say that to?
That was a little off-putting, but we have
Yeah.
to look at something else too. It's more factors into that. Like, yes, the whole in love thing was a little bit creepy, but look at it like this. You don't know what the potential was in that relationship because you already blew it off because you got mad because he responded to you in a way that you didn't think he should
And
have
listen
because
to
he
what
was
he said. He was like, "Oh wow, so do you always wear jeans?" I said, "Always."
You see, that's the problem. Look how you responding. Like this now, listen, you gonna think about this man 3 months from now. He gonna be engaged and having kids on the way,
I
and
bet I won't.
you
Kudos to him.
kudos to him, but this could have been kudos to you and him 3 months from now.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like I just Kev said that yeah, the in love part was strange. It was very strange. And then like he was saying, cause you know, he live in Houston, oh, I'm gonna come down and have the boys like something about race cars and do they want to go to the gun range and do they I want to take them to do this. I don't know you like that. And I told him, oh, the ghetto side of me is coming out. I said, I don't introduce people to my children like that. Like you have to know me. This ain't a whole family affair, sir.
I mean, if you talked to someone for 6 months and went on a date with him, I would assume that he thought that you knew him well enough.
Do you understand like how what word am I looking for? How discreet I am when it comes to my boys, knowing that I'm talking to anybody. They just found out last week. You get what I'm saying? I've been talking to him for 6 months, and you don't get excited because you can finally hear their voice in the background. Oh, let me talk to him. Wow. I just expected you to say hi. I didn't expect you to plan y'all whole weekend next weekend,
But
you
Mo,
know?
you have to understand that's what comes with having children. You're going to date someone that wants to know your kids eventually.
Right.
That's what comes with dating. You have kids, so that's what comes with dating. They're gonna want to know your children.
But okay, DJ, because you a Pisces like me. So but get in this mind, like imagine. I'm trying to give you a visual.
Mhm.
He was just like snooty the whole time, like, oh, like it was that whole I'm a millionaire, um, worship me type vibes that I got from him. You get what I'm saying?
Did he
And
ever
I'm
say
not
he was a
making this
millionaire?
up, huh?
Did he ever say he was a millionaire?
Yes,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
even
I'm
even if
positive.
he did, even if he
I
did,
have public records and all of that. Like I don't play when I go out on a
but
date because I
but the
know
thing
how
is
crazy the
though,
world is.
even
Yes,
if
he's a
he did say
millionaire.
he was a millionaire, what's wrong with a man saying that he can provide for you and your children?
Nothing. It's the way you treat me in the process. That's fine that you can provide, but a lot of women end up being controlled like that. I cannot be controlled.
How do you expect a man to lead you if he doesn't have some type of control over your life? That's what I don't understand.
No, I
Women
want
want
a leader. I want a leader, but I don't want someone who's arrogant. I don't like that. Like I don't because I'm a very humble person and I don't want somebody that think like they all of that or like you can run me and worship me. And all he do is brag like, yeah, this week I drove the what did he say? I'm in the something something Benz. Next week I think I'm gonna do the what is it? I don't be knowing. I'm like, okay. Have you ever been in one of those? I said, yes, I have. Boy, leave me
you
alone.
know why that does not matter?
It was
Because
a something something there's some type of labeled Bentley. You know, I'm like, okay, it ain't mine. So you bragging about it ain't doing nothing for me.
but here's the thing, Mo. If he said something about it or not, if he chose you, you was gonna be riding in it. Either way, right?
Mm,
Am I
yeah,
right?
you
Exactly.
right.
So the fact that he said something about it, why does that affect you so much?
I don't
You
know.
you was gonna be riding in it whether he said something about it or not. That's like his money. He was gonna be spending it on you and your kids whether he said something about it or not. So why does it make any difference?
And I said, why does it matter that I had on jeans? And he said, well, I told you that we were going to tour the city and we were going to go somewhere upscale. And you know, I said, well, I can still be cute in jeans. I do it all the time. What you want me to wear? And then, like, before we left, he was like, can you wear a dress tomorrow? Preferably like
Cap,
I mean,
cap.
he said, can you wear a dress tomorrow or preferably a mini skirt? I said, I don't wear mini skirts. I
Oh
had
my
already gave him the scoop. Like, I'm low key into hair and makeup, but I'm a casual girl. That's just me. Take me in my tennis shoes and my boots or bye.
but why not your boots and skinny jeans, girl. But when you want a man that wants to see you as your better self, like nobody wants to see a woman in goddamn boots and skinny jeans. Like what?
I like it.
You like it, but he don't. He's the one pursuing you.
I
It's not
guess.
sometimes it's about what you need to do to make this man like you even more. It's not always about what you like. If you want to
And then
date a
another
man,
red flag is he was like, I'm 42. I'm ready to get married. Like, I say in 3 months, if we going strong and we like each other when we see each other, like I'm gonna propose to you. That scared me.
why?
I don't know. I'll be praying like, is this like a setup from God or is this a trick from the enemy?
Oh my
That was
God.
my parent. And then when we met, like he was like, I thought I would be married by now. My parents just celebrated their 51st anniversary in December. I was like, wow, my parents been married for 40 years in December. We kind of got the same background, but then when I met him in person, I said, this is probably why. You know?
So you went on the date
Uh-huh.
after 6 months. Now you're
Right.
using all these excuses as to why you don't like the person, like the dude. So what's going to happen 6 months from now and you meet somebody different? It's going to be the same excuses?
Um, and then he would insult me.
Mo.
He was like,
He
so
did
what you
not
do on the
insult.
weekend? I said, when I don't have my boys, I like to Netflix and chill. I may get takeout because I don't have to cook. I cook every day. And then like he'll say stuff like, so I see that you're a loner and you're not really adventurous. It'll be like little insults like that. I see you didn't put much thought into the date by your appearance with the jeans. That's an insult to me.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying? Like, what you mean?
I mean, why would you come with jeans on in the first place?
Because we went to a bar, a lounge, and I told him that. I said, you act like we met somewhere. He said, no, that was the meeting point. You don't listen well. It's stuff like that. Like, you're not going to be able to talk to me like that.
Well, sometimes when you're dealing with certain men, they know what they want. And a lot of times, the men that a lot of women deal with, they get away with certain things that are inappropriate, just being honest. Not saying that what you
Mm-hmm.
did was inappropriate, but I think this was the man who knew what he wanted out of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he was not going to take anything less than, and he vocalized that. And
That's true.
just like a lot of women would do, you got offended. But at the same time, a lot of women, they say, I want a man that can lead and do this and do that. Well, why don't you like a man that's telling you what it is?
Oh, I hear you.
Not the
Maybe, maybe I wasn't ready. See, Cap said I can get away with jeans and Jordans. Lynette
no.
said he wants the love that his mother and dad has. Great, I do too. I want somebody to stick by my side through thick and thin. But it's we're not gonna know that after the first day, you know. He already talking about in 3 months we gon' I don't know.
I
Oh
just think
Lord.
that it was, I don't think there's anything wrong with Jordans and flip flops and jeans and shit, but there's a time and a place. And I do think that this was a learning experience for you because you probably did think that you could just show up looking any type of way.
No, you didn't say any type of way.
But that's what it was, though.
It was jeans and a cute black top.
A cute black top that he did not think was cute with
I
them jeans.
guess.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe so.
Y'all better wake up and pay
Well, I'll
attention.
do better next time on a date. Whenever that's gonna be.
I mean, it's good to take your time, but
Definitely.
don't just be out there just presenting yourself any type of way because
I
you feel.
never do. I was actually cute. I was turning heads before he even met me at the door.
Oh,
In my jeans, baby, and my black shirt.
oh. Well, it did. Listen, them heads don't matter. His head was the one that said he don't approve. So apparently, it did not. It was not up to par.
I guess not for him.
No, not for him.
Mm.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'll wear a cute dress or something next time, or a skirt and a cute shirt and some heels that I dread.
It ain't that bad.
Mm-mm.
You got some clothes. You got a cute
I
little skirt.
just think I don't know. Maybe I'm meant to be single, and I've made peace with that.
It's only what you believe.
That's true.
Do you want to be single?
It's easier in some aspects, I guess.
That's the problem. That's the issue. A lot of you want to take the easy way out. But if you want
No,
to,
most women to be trying to get married, like, because it's a financial game, but I'm like, I enjoy my peace.
okay, so what about the single life makes it easier?
I can dedicate all my time to what I want to do, like writing, working, my children, church, God. I gotta, like, I'm telling you, having a man is a job. You get what
You
I'm
don't
saying?
think
And I
that he
think I've
would,
gotten so used to doing it on my own. I don't know.
you don't think that a certain type of man will help you to accomplish those things?
Yeah, the one lined with my purpose.
Exactly.
And I don't think he was.
Oh Lord, you didn't give him a chance to find out.
You're right.
More love, less love is what's
More love means shows more love.
But no, I mean, listen, I think that
How the power to overcome turn into the power to learn how to date?
this is YouTube, okay? Nothing stays on track on YouTube.
That is funny. But it was crazy. Like, I was starting to really like him. And I was like, God, just, show me if this da-da-da. Then after that date, it was like, I can't stand him. Was that guy like blocking my feelings because he was a distraction?
Well, I wouldn't say he was a distraction because he lasted for 6 months. So
Through text, okay? When we met though, it was like totally different. I was like, wow. I guess that's why it's good to meet somebody.
that is very true. It is definitely good to meet people face to face.
Mm-hmm. I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, please, like, we've been talking for over 6 months. Please, how long are you gonna make me wait?
Oh,
I said, okay, well, we can meet. I guess the only bad part, like, he got off of work and he drove. It was a lot of traffic. It took him 6 hours to get here.
yeah, I saw that the other night.
Only for things to go left. But it is
So,
what it is.
what have the communication been like since that night between you two?
I didn't text him. Like, after he told me he was falling in love and he was like, hello, question mark, I haven't responded.
Wow. So you left him on red.
I did.
Oh my God.
But he had already told me that night. He was like, and I know if, like, you slowly start to fade or if I don't hear from you, that you're just not interested. No hard feelings.
Okay. So you must have a type, obviously.
My type is somebody aligned with my purpose that's not going to shade me and think I'm not going to catch it.
You did not shade you. Oh my God.
That's my type.
She said not shade me. You thought that was shade?
Yeah, it was shade.
Oh my God. That was not shade.
Lynette said, wow. She said, no, you was looking for things that was wrong. I wasn't.
She became defensive
with a smile and everything.
She became defensive when he called her out about being late.
And then you greet me. I was like, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. His response was, wow.
What your response would have been if he would have showed up 2 hours late? Wow, why the fuck you late? No, I'm playing.
I think I would have asked, like, why was he late? But I wouldn't show him, like, no attitude when I saw him. Not if that was my first time meeting him. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, look at it like this. You can't mistreat or do someone wrong and tell them how to react.
That's true too.
So his response, it was his response. You can't get mad about that. You were late. Were you not late?
I was.
Exactly. So he had a right to respond the way that he responded.
And then, like, when he was on his way, I'll be like, how far are you from Dallas? And then he was like, oh, I'm like 2.5 hours away. It's a lot of traffic here. Then I text like 2 hours later, how far are you now? And then when he got here, he called me. I was like, hey, you made it? He said, yeah, I made it. You know, I never understood why people would text you while you're driving. I don't like for people to do that. Like, be direct with me. Just say, I wish you would. Like, I said, well, I don't know. I don't even look at my phone when I'm driving. But because you were texting back, I thought it was okay. I only text you twice during a 6-hour ride. You know, I was
I get it.
considerate of the fact that you're driving.
I guess it's safe to say that this is not going to work out.
Correct.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All I gotta say is, Biggie, give me one more chance. Give him one more chance to see how it turns out.
We'll see.
It wouldn't hurt.
So who's gonna go live now? We kind of got distracted on this subject.
We got Lynette, we got Cal.
Next week it'll be all. I'm working on my topic and all of that for next week.
Give me a little a sample of next week's topic. No, I said give me a sample of what next week's topic is about, or topics is about.
Y'all, what's something y'all would want to talk about next week?
I'm open. Cece's World, you got a lot to say. Give us some suggestions.
Yeah. What's something that would help you guys, like, and I'm gonna stay on topic next week.
I would say just freestyle.
And
do you have any other things that you would like to talk about other than religion?
No.
Okay.
Not I was just asking. And it's not just it's deeper than religion for me. It's more so encouraging people to not give up. And of course, I guess religion does come into play because I have to apply God in scripture, you know. But that's what my channel is based on. Encouragement. If I'm not on there singing or rapping.
Okay.
What about y'all? What's something y'all?
Well, you know, this sector, they all about the mess.
So. Yeah, and I don't want that on my page. No shade. I don't. I'm good.
But tonight was good. You know, the beginning, the middle, the end. Right now, this conversation wasn't too crazy. Because listen, it was your life experience that you could teach somebody else.
Right.
So it wasn't too far off topic.
Yes, it was. It was at the end. Hey
Uh,
JW. Oh my gosh, I saw her seafood thing she did the other day. What you cook today, DJ?
I didn't cook anything. I ordered delivery.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We was iced in today, so I was in my place just fiending for somebody to actually get out in the open and deliver some shit because I was hungry as hell.
Thank you, Lynette. I appreciate the support even when I'm off topic. Cause sometimes I write like so many notes and God gives me so much. And then I get distracted by reading some of the comments. Like earlier, I was getting distracted because I was trying to answer questions and flow in what I wrote, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me answer this. Well, yeah, but it is what it is.
So did you ever think about kind of making it a little bit more fluent, your
Um,
channel?
like,
Just having some topics that more people can relate to that comes in that might not be a regular, or even if they are regular.
um, like I'm completely open to ideas.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm open. Like I like when Tracy said the whole fake it till you make it. Did it? I think that's something good to touch on. Why do people fake it till they make it, or why do people think that that's okay? And like you said, are a lot of people masking what they're really going through? Are they really healed, or is this just I'm playing pretend? You know?
Right. Those are good topics.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the more you bring different topics in, I think your channel will probably grow a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. And then I have to
Yeah,
be consistent. Like I would go weeks without posting anything. I'm trying to get better at that.
it's a Pisces thing because I'll be like, I ain't got time to be editing and mm,
And then like I'm trying to connect with more like-minded people. Like I'm in like a food and a tea sector thing. Like how do I be trying to go different avenues, like find, you know,
yeah.
other people. But
It
it'll get
is
there.
kind of tricky though.
It is. And Cece just like helped me with the whole categorizing my content. Cause I was putting it up there and I think it was under blogs and something else. It wasn't under music or entertainment. I was like, oh, I need to
Oh
start putting it in
yeah.
the category.
Oh, we got Chloe in the building. Hey Chloe.
Hey, Chloe.
I didn't see you
See, this
coming.
what time people be up.
And you like, hell no.
I'm about to get off in a second. Because I gave my lesson and then I started getting distracted and people was, well, no, well, this is this. And I be trying to answer questions and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can connect.
Cap, did you take a good nap?
Oh, he went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Cat must have been. Never mind.
He was knocked out.
Cat, you done had another drink tonight?
Cap, are you going live again or?
I spoke when I came in, but y'all were talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm well. No, he ain't have nothing to drink. He had the crackers and the wine for the first Sunday in
Cal
February.
had wine. Cal, what kind of wine you had?
No, I was being funny.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yes, Cap, I was alive. Okay, I'm about to get off. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And remember, I
Deuces.
said be motivated. Give me ideas. My apologies for getting off track tonight. But next week will be better. I'll be back live next Thursday. I love y'all. Thank you, DJ. All right. Goodbye. Good night.